welcome everybody to an exclusive edition of The Sheriff. Guys, do I ever have a treat for you? Now, ladies and gentlemen, promoting the show this week, I use the term the future of hockey quite loosely. The reason for this, ladies and gentlemen, is I believe that pro hockey players in the future not only need to use their platforms to improve hockey and promote it in the areas needed, but to become also role models, leaders, and idols. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is the perfect example of the pro hockey player that uses this platform the right way. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, I would like to introduce to you my guest today. She hails from Oshawa, Ontario. At 5'10", 150 pounds, she is a lightweight. She was a mega superstar and leader for the Durham West Junior Lightning, which earned her a scholarship to the Yale University Bulldogs. My guest today was drafted in the first round, 4th overall, to the Metropolitan Riveteers. She represented Canada for the women's ball hockey, women's ice hockey under 18, bronze medal in 2017, silver medal in 2016, currently playing for the Toronto Six, and the founder of Saroya Strong. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Miss Saroya Tinker, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. You nailed it.
Now, I have to apologize. That was a very, very long intro. But Saroya, I must say, you are a very intriguing person. I was telling you before the recording that I just finished up doing all my research, and I'm so intrigued. I can't wait to get into the show. Thank you for coming. But first question, how was practice? You just came from a Toronto Six practice.
Yeah, I mean, I hope I'm looking okay. We just had a 2-hour practice, so it was good. Learning some new systems, but we're doing well.
Right on. Now, just because we're talking about the team right now, your coach, can we talk about her a little bit? Because
Yep.
a little bird told me that she was one of your biggest idols actually growing up.
Yes, Angela James was actually...
Angela James.
Yes, I mean, Angela was really the only black female playing in the game. She actually retired in 1998, which was the year I was born. But at the same time,
Whoa.
She was one of the only black women I could have ever watched or seen videos of. And I had the opportunity to be coached by her last season. And let me tell you, I cried my eyes out when I found out she was going to be my coach. So.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, like, I saw a video of you being interviewed where they're asking you about her,
Yeah.
and it was really touching. Like, it's really cool how things work out. Like, you
Yeah.
probably could have never imagined that she would be, like, right behind you in the games, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. So now, Saroya, I'm the type of host that when I get a big character on my show, I have to dig.
Yeah.
I need to get to the beginnings. I need to find out how this was possible. Who created this? Who's responsible? Now, I have an idea that your family is a big secret weapon of yours
Yes.
for your big character. I know you have 3 brothers. I know you have a Scarborough man father that
Yes,
played hockey
I
when he was younger, and of course your lovely mother as well.
Yes.
But let's talk about Oshawa. Now, I know your dad's a Scarborough man, but you were
Yeah.
born in Oshawa?
Yes, I was born at Oshawa General Hospital.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
So now the thing that I'm curious about is what year did you start playing hockey? Because I know that gymnastics and dancing was your thing, but your dad really pushed the hockey thing. Can you
Yeah.
explain that a little bit?
I was heavily involved in gymnastics and dance. I was very tall growing up, so
Yes.
they told me they were already changing the bars and everything for me for gymnastics. So my dad figured, why not make her a big hockey defenseman if I was going to be growing that fast? So I think I started playing hockey probably around 2003, so around the age of 4 or 5. And I just fell in love with the game from there, fell in love with skating, and always knew it made my dad really happy to see me out on the ice.
Yes. Now, I'm a big fan of the game as well as a former player, and I was lucky enough to be offered 2 tickets to the Wednesday screening of the Black Ice documentary at TIFF, at the TIFF Lightbox. It was remarkable. It was incredible. I went with my mother,
Yeah.
and we had a great night. It was incredible. Now, there was a part in the movie which you have a huge role in, so congratulations.
Thank you.
It was so important to me, Saroya, this
Yeah.
documentary, you being a part of it. I'll never be able to thank you enough. The part that I'm addressing is when we were talking about your first experience of racism, okay? Now, I don't want to so much get into what happened. I know you were 12 years old. I know it was something that a teammate said in the room.
Yeah.
But what I really want to talk about is who you went to
Yeah.
after. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely felt very alone in my situation, being racially profiled, especially in the dressing room, by my own teammate. And I felt like the only person I had to turn to was my dad. And my dad always knew that I was going to go through this as a hockey player, as he experienced a lot of racism playing and growing up in Scarborough. But he always told me to let their comments go in one ear and out the other.
Yes. Now, here's a quick question. I'm a little bit embarrassed. Is it Harville or Harvell?
Harvell.
Harvell.
Yes.
Okay, Harvell. Now, Mr. Harvell, I had the opportunity to meet
Oh,
at
yes.
the screening. He was sitting a couple rows behind me. He
Okay.
probably saw me tearing up. And I, you know, obviously him being a pretty big part of the show as well.
Yeah.
You know, I just had to go up to him and introduce myself and tell him like how wonderful I thought he looked and did. So this guy played hockey when he was younger, when I was doing the research. Now, he didn't play at a high level, but he has a really big passion for it, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
he grew up wanting us to play hockey. I always remember watching Leaf games with my dad. My dad knew the game well. He always told me what I did right and what I did wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he kind of got pushed out of the sport, and he wasn't supported as a black man growing up in Scarborough playing hockey. And I mean, he just always had a love for the game and wanted us to share that love with him.
I thought it was pretty interesting, and thank you for sharing that. I just thought it was pretty interesting just seeing him, and like when he was being interviewed, I can kind of tell how passionate of a guy he is.
Yeah.
So now, these three brothers of yours, okay?
Yes.
Now you have a brother that's only 2 years younger than you. So
Yeah.
now I'm sure, and what's his name, Saroya?
Dondre.
Dondre.
Yes.
That's a really cool name. So now you and Dondre, you guys must have.
Oh yeah.
You guys, me and my sister are 3 years apart. You guys are only 2 years apart.
Yeah.
So there must have been some sibling rivalry growing up.
Oh
no?
yeah, for sure. I mean, with him being my closest brother, we definitely beat each other up all the time.
Yeah.
I remember locker boxing with our hockey helmets.
Really?
Just having like cuts all along my neck from us just punching each other. So I think my brothers definitely toughened me up, but I love that aspect of the game too.
100% he toughened you
Yeah.
up. Now, what the boys, I mean, and you're fighting the boys, but
Yeah.
what we would call just a group of boys on my teams, we would call that helmets and gloves.
Yeah.
And we would do it when we were at our most hyper points.
Yeah.
Usually during tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe like the second or third game of the thing, and then we turn the lights off. Helmets, I can't believe
Oh,
you
yeah.
did that with your brother.
I love that. I mean, I think that's a level of the game that I love is the physicality, and I mean, why not beat my brother up?
Hey man, I'm just going with her story. I'm not pushing this envelope. That's just addressing your brother. I'm sure
Yeah.
he's going to be watching. So now, okay, now I'm going to change things up a little bit here. There's something that I just could not get over when I was doing my research, Saroya.
Yeah.
And let me see what I called it. I called it the Queen Captain. Now, the school, Monsignor Paul Dwyer Catholic High School.
Yes.
I mean, your picture must be all over these hallways. I can
It's
only
up.
imagine. Superstar high school athlete. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta make sure I do this right. Eight sports. Now let's go over it, Saroya.
Yeah.
Hockey, of course.
Yes.
Badminton,
Yeah.
basketball, curling,
Yes.
field lacrosse, soccer, track and field, and this is the coolest one, ultimate frisbee.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, I also read that you were captain of, if not all these teams, from pretty much grade 10 to grade 12. So,
Yeah.
I mean, dominating in every sport. What was the dynamic with the teachers? Like, were the teachers, I know certain ones were the coaches. Was there one
Yeah.
teacher that coached multiple sports? Like, can you talk about that with the
Yeah,
the
for sure.
audience?
I mean, we had 3 female gym teachers, and they always
Okay.
wanted me to be out for every sport. So I definitely didn't try out for the curling team. It was more of a recruitment.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think I was an established leader in our school community and whatnot, and I really wanted to be that go-to force. And I loved every sport. I mean,
Yeah.
hockey wasn't always number one for me. I loved basketball and soccer a lot as well, and had opportunities to go forward in those sports too. But hockey's what led me to Yale and led me to Team Canada. So
Yes. So now, I want to talk about Yale a little bit, but I want to talk about the recruiting process.
yeah.
Now, everybody knows that Yale is a top Ivy League program. You think of Yale, you think of Harvard, and then there's other ones that fall after that. Now, how aggressive were they? Did they come to your house? Like, were they watching you? Like,
Yeah.
what was going on with you?
I mean, I would say I was talking to almost all of the Ivy League schools that had a women's hockey program. I had always been a huge nerd outside of hockey. I always got really good grades in school and was wanting to do my homework and wanted to.
I gotta applaud that a little bit. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah, so I mean, I was focused on my education, and Yale was a great opportunity for me to obviously move forward in my hockey, but also receive an amazing education. So as a female athlete, that's definitely something that I took into consideration and committed to Yale.
Okay, so now these questions are going to be a little bit different, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm a little bit different.
Yeah.
I'm mucho diferente, like my Dominican buddies say. So now, Ivy League school. We all know that not everybody has opportunities to go to schools like this unless they're like incredible athletes or super smart, like yourself as well. But now, the networking, now that you're older, now you're 2 years removed from there, correct?
Yeah.
What the type of crowd that you met, are you seeing like classmates that are going to be like Elon Musk and like is it that different, you think, from the regular universities as far as like the characters?
Yeah, I mean, on top of receiving an amazing education, I think that is a huge aspect and a huge opportunity of going to an Ivy League school. So I did make those connections. I learned how to network. I mean, I was just a small town Oshawa girl going, and I didn't know all the big names that I was going to see and get to know. And I mean, I will say when I first arrived there, I didn't feel like I was smart enough to be there because some of my classmates were already interning and working at Google and working at NASA and these big companies because they're amazingly smart.
Yeah.
So I mean, my worth was definitely questioned, I think, but at the same time, I was worthy of being there. And I mean, those connections and things that I built are just like, you can't put a price on it.
Exactly. and the thing is, Saroya, is what you're doing now, those people are going to be like, yeah, I know her.
Yeah.
I know her, right? She's my buddy, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's incredible. I could only imagine going to an Ivy League school. I love to network.
Yeah.
So it's like opportunities like that where the people, they're getting chances to do certain things in life and you're able to reach onto those.
You never know who's sitting next to you. So.
That's right. That's right. So now, I want to talk about your height a little bit right now because I come from a very tall family.
Yes.
And I can just tell by your smile that you don't mind talking about this.
Oh,
You're very proud of it, correct?
Yeah.
Now, your father, Mr. Harvell, how tall is he?
My dad's about 6'2".
6'2", okay.
Yeah.
I was going to guess 6'3". Looks a little bit taller.
Yeah.
Now, your lovely mother, is it
Mandy.
Mandy,
Yes.
okay. So now Mandy, does she have some height to her as well?
No, my
Okay,
mom.
so
Yeah, my mom's about 5'3", 5'4". So my mom's strong and athletic, and my dad's more is like skinny and tall.
The best of both worlds.
We got the best of both worlds.
I love it. So now, what about the bros, man? Are they tall?
Yeah, all my brothers are tall. I will say that they're all pretty strong guys. I mean, they can all go and eat Oreos and craft dinner every day and still have a 6-pack. That's not me, but they have that luxury. So, yes, a very athletic family.
Awesome. No, I had to ask because I coming from a tall family, you're always interested in it. You obviously got the tall gene, but you got your mother's strength and athletic ability. That's perfect. So you were blessed. You were blessed with the parents that you have.
Of course.
So the next part that I'm very interested in is I want to know about this draft.
Yeah.
So now you get Yale accomplished.
Yes.
Right? And then so when did you know, like, that senior year that, like, how does it work? Do you have to become rated and eligible, and then you know that you're probably going to be drafted, but you just don't know if you know what I mean? Like, can you explain that?
Yeah, so I mean, I honestly wasn't even planning on playing professional hockey. I was so done with my career at that point. I didn't really love the game anymore, but I needed a new purpose in playing. And I mean, my coach that year let me know that my talents were definitely going to waste if I didn't play professionally, but that also so many other little black girls needed me to play professionally and be a piece of representation. So I put my name in the draft, and then I kind of talked to each and every team, figured out what they needed, and then on draft day, I happened to be drafted 4th overall.
Yeah.
So the Riveters were looking for a new big
Yeah.
defenseman.
See? The live audience is rocking. Hey, they absolutely love it. Fourth overall. Very
Yes.
exciting stuff. Where was
Yeah.
the draft? Was it online? Where was it?
Yeah, I mean, due to COVID, it was online.
That's right.
So I remember I was just sitting at home in Oshawa with my parents on the couch, just watching the draft online.
Yep.
So I definitely didn't expect the first round call, but we'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it and some. So okay. So now you go from being a senior, veteran, all the experience, and now you're a rookie again.
Yes.
What was that transition like? Because it's funny though, as players,
Yeah.
like we get to junior, same type of thing. We get to college or major junior, same type of thing. And then pro, we start in the beginning again.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it was definitely interesting being a rookie. I definitely had my challenges, but at the same time, I think being a leader and having a leader mindset, it implements well into the pro universe. And again, as a professional athlete, you can decide what you want your platform to stand for. So obviously, I show up to the rink every day and I'm a piece of my team and a part of our leadership group. But at the same time, I know that I'm so important outside of the arena too. So
Yes.
being a rookie didn't bother me too much. I would say we're still with rookie status.
Okay.
But at the same time, I mean, I love it and I love being part of my team. So.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. So now this is I'm very, very curious about this, and I'm sure a lot of the listeners and the audience members, they're curious as well, because you switch teams. Now,
Yeah.
how does it work? Like, do you need to be traded? Can you request to leave? Like, how does all that process
Yeah, so
work?
up until this past season, we only had 1-year contracts. So after that
Okay.
1-year contract is up, you can talk to other teams.
Oh.
And I mean, I definitely enjoyed my time as a riveter,
Yeah.
but I definitely had my challenges, as you've probably researched. So at that point, I figured it was best for me to make my way home and
Yes.
play in a city where my parents can drive 40 minutes instead of 10 hours to watch me
Exactly.
play.
So now just to add to that, the Toronto Six, who you're
Yes.
currently playing for, now my good buddy and family friend Anthony Stewart,
Yeah.
on the ownership group, I feel that they're part of a movement, and I'm just wondering if that was
Yeah.
part of the decision-making factors.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I had no idea our coaching staff was going to change the year I switched to sign with Toronto Six. So
Okay.
I signed, and then I heard that Mark Jocelyn had signed as our head coach, and then I
Yeah.
heard Angela James had signed with our assistant, and I heard that, I mean, obviously Bucky had signed too. So I was like, wow, this could not be a better situation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, like the community stuff, them trying to be a part of the groups that are making hockey more
Yeah.
inclusive. And like the fact that you're on this team now and
Yeah.
everything that you got going on, it just seems like the perfect fit.
Oh yeah, it is perfect. I think I have the people around me in the hockey community that I've looked to for support my entire career, and I have that now. I don't have to worry about going to the rink because I know my opinions are going to be heard, and I
Yes.
know that the league wants to be diverse and we want to be inclusive and we want to make change.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what our ownership group is doing with Anthony, Angela, Ted Nolan, and everybody involved, especially Bernice.
Teddy Nolan. Teddy Nolan. I can't believe I
Yeah.
left that name out of there. Shout out to Ted Nolan and the three Nolans. So now here's where it gets really exciting for me.
Yes.
Okay? Now I gotta talk about this mentorship program. Saroya Strong?
Yes.
Am I saying it right? I know, because
Oh,
I need
yeah.
to know, because I'm like very, very, I like to know the little details.
Yeah.
Am I saying your first name correctly?
Oh yeah. If you weren't, I'd correct you. Don't
You
worry.
put me in place, right?
Yeah.
Like I figured, just calm down.
Oh, yeah.
So okay, perfect. So now I want to know about this mentorship program. I want to know how it started, and just like you probably wanted to be a part of something like this your whole life. You
Yeah.
probably wished that you had something like this for you
Yeah.
your whole life.
Exactly, and that's exactly it. I mentioned having a new purpose in playing when I decided to play professionally, and that was exactly it. So my senior year, I played with Kirsten Good, who was a freshman when I was a senior, and she was another black player and the first black player I'd played with on the team. And I just realized how much throughout the season that she looked to me as a big sister, how much I had to lead, and I realized that if I was going to continue to play, I needed to do it for the girls behind me,
Yes.
as they're what keep me going. So now through my mentorship program, I mentor about 80 girls all across North America. So we do virtually and in person, and I get to make friends and have them have a community, and they all have friends. They have resources. They have the
Yeah.
networking and the resources that I didn't have. So that's exactly what I want. I want them to have exactly what I didn't have and that I needed when I was their age.
It's so like I mean I'm listening to you say this, and like it's so cool because Saroya, like how far has things come, and like
Oh, yeah.
you're such a big part of it, that like I have to thank you on behalf of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because I know that you hear this a lot in the interviews, but Saroya, you are so important.
Thank you.
That you can't stop. You just have to keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Just think of all the girls, boys, everybody that look up to you. That's obviously your motivation.
Oh, yeah.
You're doing so well, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So now, so now this is associated with the Black Girl Hockey Club, obviously, right?
Yes.
Now, I heard about this club, I would say a good 6 months ago. My brother-in-law told me about it. He's like, hey, I heard about this thing. I think that we should, like contact them. It'd be a good thing. How did that start?
Yeah, so
that's unique.
Yeah, so actually Black Girl Hockey Club was a California registered based nonprofit that Renee Hess started just because she was a black woman who didn't feel like she had a community in the game. So Black Girl Hockey Club we've crossed the border, and I'm the executive director of Black Girl Hockey Club Canada. We're able to give out scholarships, we run our mentorship program through it, we run community events, and honestly it's just a big group of black women who love hockey and want to feel appreciated when they walk into the arena.
Yes. Oh yeah. Man, hey, that's I gotta give that an applause as well. Incredible stuff. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I guess like now the thing is there's probably about 4 or 5 topics. I'm trying to prioritize them because you are so interesting. You are so much stuff going on that this is like a combusted episode. So now, the HDA Black Ice documentary. These things are filling your schedule.
Yes.
How long ago did the Black Ice stuff start? Like, is this years ago? Like, how long has it been going?
Yeah, no, to be honest, it was quick. I would say we just started filming. I mean, I filmed all of my pieces at the beginning of last season. So I was filming from about November to February. And then here we are in September with a full movie. So
yes. So now my next question is, because I'm also a big music fan.
Yeah.
Did you get to meet Drake or who was the other producer? There was Drake,
LeBron,
and then LeBron,
and Maverick Carter.
King James.
Yes,
Yeah,
I have had the opportunity
yeah.
to meet both of them actually.
Really?
So I thank them for their involvement in the movie and allowing us athletes to actually have a platform to stand up and speak and tell our stories. And I think Drake, LeBron, and Maverick all want that for us. And that's why and that's why they've created the platform uninterrupted so that us athletes can tell those stories.
Yes, that's awesome.
We're more than athletes.
Yeah. So now, are they? Is it everything that you thought they would be? Those guys. I got to meet Drake once because my brother's into the music scene. Really cool dudes. Really cool, down to earth guys.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's intimidating. I think, especially when I was first getting to know them and whatnot. But they're just humans, and they're incredibly smart men. And I mean, I look up to them. I look to them for business advice. And I mean, they've been nothing but welcoming. So.
So cool. Okay, more exciting stuff. I want to talk about. I'm trying to figure out the proper word. Sponsorship, I believe, is what it is.
Yeah.
The company Nike?
Yes.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I was approached probably last January in regards to doing a Black History Month project with Nike, and I was going to get to design my own Air Force One. So, so when I started in the NWHL, or now Premier Hockey Federation, I wanted to be a Nike athlete, and so this project came along. It was 100% yes, and now I've got my own Air Force One.
Jeez. Okay, man. See, I knew about the Nike sponsor. I should have called you and said, hey, what is this all about? You've been like, yeah, I have my own Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
And they would have been right here. Air Force One. Michael Fiona brought his Stanley Cup ring. He put it right here. Oh, yeah. So,
you need a pair of future movements Saroya Tinker joys. So.
Yeah, I'm going to check my bank account after this and maybe do an e-transfer and get my order in for sure.
Say less.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. So now, all right, this is my question that I know a lot of people are curious about. And it's okay if you say, I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a continuation of Black Ice?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Did they tell you to say that?
I honestly haven't been told anything in regards to us moving forward with it, but at the same time, I mean, it's going to be used for educational purposes. I think it should be shown in schools. And I mean, I think these are pieces of history that have been left out and forgotten. And obviously, hockey's incredibly important to Canada. So it needs to be implemented into our educational resources. And these kids need to know who came up with the slap shot and whatnot. So I
Who
mean,
came up with the goalies flopping down?
Exactly.
You know,
There's so much.
all that
so.
kind of stuff. You know, obviously we're referring to the Colored Hockey League.
Yeah.
I was so intrigued by the movie, Saroya, because I'm a history buff.
Yeah.
I love culture, and
Me
that
too.
was just jam packed with
Oh,
both
yeah.
of those things. The interviews were off the hook.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool how they go to the interviews, then it would go to like a Hollywood movie, and they would have the aerial view of all that, and then the sound effects of the.
It's so aesthetically pleasing.
Right? Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I know that my mom was able to vote.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, I just missed out on the vote. I'm very sorry, Harold. But yeah. So Viewers Choice Award, I believe, was it?
Yeah, we won the People's Choice documentary
People's
award.
Choice.
Yes.
My correction.
So People's Choice documentary award, and I mean that's a huge accomplishment for us. I think that's exactly what we wanted, obviously, but it's an honor to win an award like that, especially at TIFF. So.
Yeah. So now and you may not know the answer to this either, but I mean I was even talking with the audience before. Does the TIFF documentaries and stuff, do they get to go into the mainstream theaters? Because I'm really praying. I know you just kind of said that, but like I'm really praying that it does, because people are asking me, well, when does it go in the theaters? I'm like, I don't know. I'll ask Saroya.
Yeah, no, I believe it will be out in theaters. I'm not sure of dates yet, but at the same time, we're looking to, let the film reach as far as it can reach. So I'm excited to be able to share it with everybody and have everybody watch it once it does come out. So you'll be one of the first that I notify.
Awesome. So there was a few things that I just want to point out before we go, because I think it's a huge honor. I know that you're probably very proud, but like currently, there's only 3 black female professional hockey players playing, correct?
Yes. Yep.
3.
There's 3 of us. Actually 4.
There's 4.
Four
So
of
is
us.
there a rookie coming this season, or there was?
Whitney Dove is back in the league, so she's playing with MGM in Buffalo. So we've got myself, Sarah Nurse, MGM, and Whitney Dove.
There you go.
Yes.
Wow. So I think that's incredible. So now, with this, you seem 100%. You're taking full advantage of being a very unique athlete. I don't know if I worded that correctly, but I love it. Okay, I want to give you so much credit, because I'm telling you, when I was a kid, if my sister and her friends had an opportunity to be part of a mentorship program, I could only imagine what that could have done for their, to encourage them to move on with hockey, for their self-esteem, for everything. It's very, very important.
Oh yeah.
We have people, and like I'm telling you, like when I was watching the documentary, Saroya, and they were interviewing those people from Africville, saying that everybody had a pair of skates back in the day.
Yeah.
Everybody was on the ice. It was completely normal.
Oh, yeah.
Equipment was not expensive. Everyone had it. That was their thing.
Yeah.
Now it's not like that. Okay, so it's very interesting, and that's why I want the mainstream people to see this, because like you said, the history of the slap shot, I couldn't get over it when I saw that. I was like, holy smokes, you're telling me Rocket Richard got his shot from these incredible gentlemen, right? So I'm talking about the movie, guys, because I want everyone to check it out. So I'm being a little bit selfish, but that's the reason for this. This is one of the big stars of the movie, so this is my opportunity. But honestly, Saroya, like we're already over the limit. I'm a little bit selfish. I know I'm keeping you. I apologize. But I had to get this message out. I need the people to know the things that you're doing, because we need more of you. And it's not even that, but we need more people to support you because of what you're doing. And like I said, on behalf of everybody out there, I just want to thank you for what you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you coming on the show. I was like, man, I'm not sure if I'm going to get her, man. She's on fire right now. Red carpets every week, commercials. She's got the coolest posters. I'm glad that you came on it. And I wanted to put you on my platform. just to show how well people are doing for the better
For
good.
sure. And I mean, that's what it's all about. I think as Black individuals in the game, we have to support each other.
Yes.
And we always have to stand by each other. But now we're able to reach out into our grassroots organizations and see everything that we're doing. And I'm so happy you got to see the movie.
Yes, of course. Yep. Thank you, Saroya.
Thank you so
Yep,
much.
I want to thank you. And I want to thank the listeners for tuning in to another episode of The Sheriff featuring special guest Saroya Tinker. Thanks, guys. Woo!